What's going on, everybody? Pearson Podcast, episode 16, and I am with Josiah King.
How we doing?
I'm doing
out
great.
here.
Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about the new podcast me, him, and our other friend, Dallas, are making. It's going to be big. It's going to be one of those we do every week until we die. It's as simple as that.
Never
So
stopping.
Never stopping until we physically are impaired and can't upload. We will upload
Till our knees go out.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you don't need our knees to upload. I'm still uploading. My knees spontaneously combust.
And we aren't even standing right now, so
You're right. Yeah, we could both be in wheelchairs right now and still be doing this.
take my legs. I don't even need them.
All right, so yeah, big reveal. It is called the Meat Locker. Josiah came up with that beautiful name, and ever since I heard it, I was like, that's the one. I mean, what was going through your mind when you came up with that?
Just came to me. It was
Yeah.
like laying in my bed and just a magic little guy came on my shoulder and said, "Hey, here's the name." But realistically, I was just sitting here. I was like eating a bowl of cereal and just Meat Locker came to mind. I don't know why.
Really? That's so weird.
Seriously.
It worked so well. Yeah, and even Dallas liked it, and yeah, perfect.
Happy about it.
So we already have like all the graphics done for it, and or most of them. I'm actually seeing that it, for some reason, I guess glitched out, but here I can still pull it up here. Oh, thought Zoom crashed for a second. Like, all right. Shoot, forgot what it was in, but so yeah, we're just gonna be talking about goofs and
giggles.
I mean, basically anything. I mean, hope there's nothing personal on my screen, but
all the documents to everything you've ever had.
Yeah, all my passwords are listed right
Your
here.
home address, your bank information.
Yeah.
I mean, I would write it down myself if I saw it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stop sharing until it uploads or opens. But
we have a pretty solid plan, I think.
Yeah, no, I think so. I really do.
I don't think we're just going in this blind. I think that.
Yeah.
I think that it's gonna. We have like everything made pretty much except for like the intro. I'm still gonna make like the music or the sounds or whatever we decide to go with.
Yeah, and I can actually pull up the intro as well, just to show y'all a sneak peek.
True.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm excited because at the end of the day, we've talked about. Sorry, I'm doing two things at the same time. So, but
come on, man.
I'm like, even it's like just having an excuse to talk with the boys once a week.
Mm-hmm.
It's as simple as that.
I mean,
really.
I live with two girls, so I need some guy time.
Yeah, dude.
I'm straight down to it. I'm looking forward to just hanging out. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, man. Oh, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be real dope. All right.
Have you brought Dallas on here before?
Yeah, we talked about the Unalaska trip.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right. Are you able to see this?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oops. All right. Ready?
Yeah. Dude.
Simple as that. So for people that aren't aware,
dang,
this is what's going to be the background of the videos. It's going to be people here, like 3 different screens basically. You know what I mean? But just a I don't know, an easier way to do it basically.
So this may just be me, and I don't know. Maybe ask people who are watching this video too, or and what you think too. But it's kind of making me dizzy. I
Dude,
don't know if that's just me.
I know. I literally I played with the speed so many times,
Mhm.
and I don't think, because people are gonna be focusing. You know what? It could make us. I don't know.
Like I was even just looking at the black, like where we'd be. I
Mm,
was still kind of getting a little dizzy. But
okay.
like I said, it could just be me. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
if if somebody wants to comment on this saying like if it
Yeah.
makes me dizzy or not, that'd be nice. And
Probably not gonna get any
maybe
comments.
I I I wonder like if an alternative, if this could even work. But could you make like sprinkle or not sprinkle, but like things like sparkling, things like shining like in the background, like on the
I'm
stars?
yeah, I might be able to. I I'm sure I can.
Because that might be a good alternative. I still think that'd be cool. I
Yeah.
really want like that looks sick that it's spinning, but I kind of was getting dizzy and I'm like,
Yeah, no, I am 100% because I wanted to do it a little bit faster at first, and I legitimately got dizzy. I did like 4 times as quick. I'm like, holy crap. But yeah, I mean, I could even do it like crazy slow, but then at that point, it's like, is it even moving?
yeah, like is
Might
it
as well
worth
just
it at
do a
that
still
point?
image. Yeah,
I think maybe, and tell me if you think this isn't a good idea, but maybe like the whole star is
just
sprinkling all
twinkling.
around in the background, just a
Yeah,
slight sprinkle or sparkle, I
twinkle.
mean.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Honestly, I'll basically just look up how to do that.
Okay.
All right, so real quickly, I am just gonna show y'all um, the graphics we have. So this is the intro, and Josiah's gonna be right now. There's no sound at all to it, but Josiah's gonna add some sound to it. Simple as that.
Simple, clean.
Yeah, 5 seconds, bada boom, and
And we're started. It's gonna be a fast start.
yeah, exactly. So on it's gonna be on Spotify and Apple Music as well. This is gonna be what the cover art is gonna be for that.
Dude, I can't wait to make this into shirts.
Oh my god, dude.
Like, that looks so sick, like as it is.
The banner for YouTube.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. I think that's about it.
It's perfect.
Yeah, man, I am excited. I'll tell you that for free. Like, this is gonna be so awesome. And with the Pearson podcast, obviously I do everything myself, but it's gonna be nice to have the load divided between.
Yeah.
We're still figuring out something that Dallas could do, but because for him that's a breeze. He just
Yeah.
has to show up for an hour, and so far that seems like it's even going to be difficult for him to do. Oh, Dallas.
Dallas, we need you.
We really do. Oh my gosh, he is going to be the secret ingredient
Yeah.
to all this.
The magic touch.
Yeah, Dallas is he, you know, he is a weirdo in the good way.
Yeah.
I mean, we all are, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna, yeah, we all are.
We
Yeah,
have many stories to tell.
dude. Yeah, so many stories to tell, so many goofs and gaffs.
I can't wait to tell the one about the gymnastics.
Oh my
I'm not gonna name any names, but
dude. Yeah, I mean, stories. Me and Josiah. I mean, we've been friends for I don't know, 10 plus years, and
yeah.
we've had some times together. Because it's crazy to think that Spencer, because Spencer, my little brother, who's
Mm.
on here all the time, little skizzy, he he is 10 years younger than me.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of puts me in perspective, like what I
Dude,
was doing 10 years ago. You know what I mean?
true.
And we've known each other for longer than 10 years. So how he is now, we met when we were even younger than him. You know what I mean? And I look at
Dude,
him, I'm like, that's a little munchkin.
dude, for real.
We were those little munchkins when we met.
That's so crazy. I thought I was so old too,
Dudes, for
especially when I
real.
saw them like
Yeah,
back then.
literally. Of course. Yeah. It yeah, man, it's crazy. I mean,
I think
yeah,
that's the
but
scariest thing to me in the world right now. It's just time. Like it just
straight up.
scares me all the time. Like it's all I
Straight
think
up.
about. It's just
Yeah.
oh, like
Same, dude.
in 5 years or next year, like because I remember I was so excited to see the Dark Knight Rises movie, and next year it's gonna be 10 years old, like that it came out. And
Whoa.
I
The
remember like
Dark Knight Rises, not even the Dark Knight.
yeah, the Dark Knight Rises, the
Wow.
last one they made, and like I was like, oh, it's like such good quality, and like,
Yeah.
but like it's gonna be 10 years old next year. It's gonna be so weird.
Bro, that is crazy.
Like, remember when we made those like in Minecraft on our phones? We made those like tunnel, and you had to climb
Yeah.
out of it.
I will not take credit. I don't think I did anything of that.
I'm pretty sure I made those when you guys were gone, and
Yeah,
then you guys would
yeah.
come over and we'd all play. That
It
was
was
honestly that
actually
was
like
so fun.
it was the perfect amount of difficulty. Okay, so basically what it was, we used to do Minecraft Pocket Edition, which was on the
The OG too,
yeah.
when the map literally only had like 50 blocks across.
Yeah, it was like 50 by 50
Yeah.
world. And it was on the iPhone, like a little app, Minecraft. And I mean, we would do all kinds of worlds, but
Yeah.
and we probably have a lot of stories. We should say the story after, like when your brother's like friends came over
Oh, dude.
after this, but
We got to save that for the podcast.
okay.
Obviously, this is a podcast too.
What are you trying to say, man?
Yeah.
We gotta save this for the actual podcast.
The real one.
Yeah, the good one. No, but so yeah, so Josiah,
Honestly, we could tell him there too. So we can tell it right here also.
okay. So basically, Josiah, like in in I think it was Batman Begins, right? There's like a tunnel or
That it was the one with the newest one, the Dark Knight Rises.
okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't Batman Begins?
Well, there was the scene in Batman Begins where he falls down a tunnel, like when he's a kid,
Mm.
and but like it's like the third one where Bane like puts him in the tunnel, and he has to
Uh,
climb out.
okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I mean, so basically, we would do it all the time. We would play it all the time, and me and our friend Danny, Josiah's cousin as well, left. We came back, and Josiah like built this whole, like he dug out a whole tunnel, and like made it where you like had a parkour around the edge to get to the top, and it was so fun. It
Dude, that
was
was so fun.
it literally took us a long time to get like done with it too.
It was
Like
hard.
I can't even imagine you like building it because you like it wasn't like creative mode, you did it in survival, so you
Yeah.
can't fly and stuff.
I probably just kept dying until I could finally finish it.
Yeah. And then we do like survival games where we like just start a new map and then like go different directions and like would try and kill each other. You could either like hit them with a fist, or you could spend the time getting like tools or whatever and
Yeah.
get whatever. But do you want to say the story about you with your brothers?
So like, and this is one thing I do not regret. Like because these days, I'm sure
Yeah.
me, Riley, and my cousin Dan, who we used to hang out with a lot, I'm sure that these are some of our best memories, and I'm sure that these people don't even remember this night.
For
But like for
sure.
us, like these memories literally made my life
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, legit. Same
So
here.
like there was there, there was one night where me, Riley, and my cousin, we were just hanging out in my back room at my old house. And we were probably in like what, ninth or 10th grade?
Yeah.
Maybe 10th grade.
Yeah,
And like
sophomores
yeah,
in
sophomores in
high
high
school.
school. And we were literally in the back room just playing Minecraft Pocket Edition on our phones in our pajamas. Like,
Like I don't even think we were like on the floor too.
yeah,
Like we
like
weren't
just
even like
laying on
in
the floor, like
chairs.
in our pajamas with like glasses of milk to our
Yeah.
sides. And like, and then like my brother is like in the living room, like having a party with a bunch
Yeah,
of high
like
schoolers.
playing music and like
Yeah, playing music. They're all getting drunk, like taking
yeah.
shots. We're literally laying back there with milk and like in our
Yeah.
PJs playing Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Yeah.
And like we were in this back room of my house, and there's like a sliding door to go to the backyard. And the sliding door opens, and all of a sudden, like 10 girls come in, and they're all
Yeah.
like in the same grade as us.
Yeah,
They're having a little
literally.
party, like stepping on us, like we're on the floor. They're like stepping over us and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Same
like,
school,
we're
same
like,
grade. Like we knew all of them and they're just like seeing us just like play games on the ground.
yeah, like we're like, ow, ow, like get
Yeah.
off of us.
Yeah.
But
Oh
like,
my God,
dude,
dude.
I'm telling you,
That
those
was
are the
fun.
best memories ever. I'm so glad I wasn't one of those kids who was in that group.
Dude, because yeah, I mean, people that were popular in high school and like always look back at high school, like high school was the best time of my life. Like, huh?
Yeah.
High school?
Hmm.
You're always gonna be comparing life to high school? Like,
A lot of people will
was
peak in high school, and then like that was
dude,
the peak,
oh,
you know?
can you imagine high school being the like I've already surpassed high school,
Yeah, I'm so much more
I mean,
happier.
and that's
Like,
not even saying much because high school was that sucked. I mean,
it's
it was fun hanging with friends, but
yeah,
stress of the actual school,
mhm,
terrible, dude. To
dude.
this day, I haven't had any as much stress as that one summer school program. That's the most stressed I've ever been in my whole life. Isn't that ridiculous?
You know, I can't believe that. Okay, somehow me and Riley were like the same level of stupid in school. Like,
We were
like
in reading class, not English, reading.
literally reading class.
And it was all, and we talked about this last time, I think, last podcast we had, but it's like all people with English being their second language.
Yeah, and we were in science support together. Like,
Yeah, science
I
support,
don't know how we got stuck in the same like support classes, or
dude.
like
We were,
why they put us in those, because they were
we
like
were
the
probably,
easiest things ever.
yeah, I mean, we were probably like one grade level away from just going straight up in special ed.
Dude, for real. Like they honestly, I think they were probably talking about putting us in there.
Yeah, it's like, should we get them tested for like, you know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
like,
I
we're over there
mean,
just like standing on top of the tables and like,
dude, we used to
no
just say
wonder.
random stuff.
Yeah, dude.
True. It makes sense now that we look back at it.
Yeah,
Why they put us in those classes? Because of
yeah,
the
dude.
stupid things we did.
Yeah, they thought we were mentally challenged.
Yeah, dude. We just pretend to die. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing. We would do jokes only for us too. Like no one even knew what we were talking about. We'd
yeah.
like talk to like the teacher, ask her like a question, and then just like die.
Literally like in front of the whole class
Yeah.
when the teacher's talking specifically to us and we just die. Like,
Yeah. And some people actually got it, and
dude, yeah.
because it's not that hard to get, it's kind of funny. But some people were like, "What in the crap?"
Yeah.
And like
These
when they would like
losers.
talk, when we would ask them a question, they'd talk over us, and we were like, "Okay," you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like super loud.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah,
Oh
dude.
man. But yeah, I mean that summer school program, dude. Did I talk about this last time?
I don't think you did. Maybe.
How much time do you have? I know
You
you
just
said
keep
you
going. I'll let you know when I gotta go.
okay for sure.
Yeah.
So we were so I was in this, I don't want to get into it. It's called Apex Learning or something like that. I can't believe it. I remember the name. But um basically, long story short, um we were in the summer school program, me and Josiah and a bunch of kids that also didn't give a crap.
Yeah.
And it was this online learning, like completely online, no teachers. So we basically effed off for the first 95% of the class, which I don't know
Hmm.
if it was 3 months, whatever. I have no concept of time.
Wait, which class did we fail? Do you
I
or
did
wait,
algebra and you did geometry.
oh, okay.
Yeah. And and we and it was like, 95% of the time was gone. We only had 5% of the time. I don't know. I think it was probably like a week, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, and we both were probably like 5% done
Mm.
legitimately, right?
Yeah. In 1 week.
Yeah. So in 1 week, I don't know what the statute of limitations is. So Josiah may or may not have looked up every single answer, may have not, and got it all done in like 2 days, literally from 5% to 100%, 2 days.
Yeah.
And I was freaking out because I was may or may not have been looking at the answers as well. And I'm like, I can't find any of the
Yeah.
answers
Wasn't
like at
yours like
all.
not, they didn't have them
Yeah,
online?
yeah, they weren't there, like they were slightly different. And I was like, and so I finally got, like, I spent that week stressing out so much to find, like, to get it done. And I was literally one test away from passing, and I was at the last day to do it. I remember it was 99% done, and I ran out of time. And they said, I'm sorry, you have to redo the entire thing during the school year next year. And that was my senior year. And dude, I mean, talk about blue balls.
I
That
remember that,
was terrible. And like, and then,
dude.
long story short, when I finally was doing it too in my senior year for the second time, I who knew if you learn it, it actually goes a lot quicker. So I learned it and it went like super quick. Um, but dude, I mean, it was bad. It was like, my parents, I had a girlfriend at the time, and my parents were like, if you don't start doing this, we're gonna make you break up with your girlfriend.
Oh,
And
geez.
I mean, I guess
Yeah.
it's rightfully so, but it's like,
Yeah.
the one there was only a few things that came good out of that relationship. One, she really pushed for me to finish that Apex program, and she was really excited for when I did, and
Hmm.
God blessed her for that.
Hmm.
And man, when I finished that, I was like, oh my God, dude. Literally, I feel like it would be the same feeling of like if you won the lottery, like a physical weight off your shoulders. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
Like literally, I felt lighter. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's all school. Do I remember anything from that class? I don't remember jack.
I
I
barely
remember,
remember anything from any class, to be
dude,
honest.
any class, nothing. Dude,
Nothing.
literally, and I'm being serious. Try and think back of one thing you learned from school or high school.
High school?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm actually trying to think right
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. And I'll think as well. I mean, just
I'm
the
actually,
fact that it took
I'm
us
literally
this long.
trying to think.
No, literally. And just the fact that even if we come up with like one thing, just the fact that it took us this long. And
Yeah,
Josiah's still over there thinking,
I
he's like,
literally, I can't, honestly,
dude,
like, I literally can't think of
because
anything.
I was like, okay, I did CPR, I did a CPR training, I guess I learned CPR, and then thinking back to it, I'm like, I don't remember anything about CPR, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
or anything, like,
true.
dude, what is that? You know?
Okay, I do remember one thing now that I think about it.
For 4 years of your
Yeah,
life.
I had a personal finance class, and they showed some like Dave Ramsey videos,
Oh,
kind of
really?
like showing how to save money.
Like literally Dave Ramsey?
Yeah, and
Oh, that's awesome.
that I do remember because it was like showing us how to like set like $500 aside for an emergency fund, and like
Mm,
don't do get credit card debt. So actually that helped me. Um,
I'm sure. Yeah,
and
I
that-
mean, Dave Ramsey is awesome.
yeah, but literally they had.
And that wasn't the teacher, that was Dave Ramsey
Yeah,
just pulling
that's what I'm
up
saying.
something
Like
you did.
the things I learned from there wasn't even from any classes, like the teachers telling us. It was just videos that he was playing for us because he didn't want
Jeez.
to teach us, which is fine because Dave Ramsey's like
Yeah,
good teacher, but
yeah.
like I can't remember anything.
Wow.
I wish like everything that I do right now for my business, I learned like and taught myself.
Yeah,
Like
dude.
I literally like today, I had to figure out how to like add, which is something I never even thought about, but
How to
like
add? No, I'm just
yeah, how
kidding.
to add. So basically with my company, I just got approved today for like letting customers do like payments in fours like of a product. So if something was like $100,
Yeah.
then this new thing lets them like pay four payments of $25 with no interest unless they're like late on
Mm.
it.
Uh,
So, but which is really cool because hopefully it'll help us like even more with sales.
yeah.
But the company said I had to add like a terms and conditions and a privacy policy, shipping
Mm.
policy, return policy to the very bottom of my page, which I didn't have. So today I had to learn how to do all that, and it's like
Wow.
things that you never even think about like that. You have to learn how to do, and you have to find out yourself. Like no one's gonna show you.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
so like,
Wow. And it's kind of things, I mean, some things you just have to experience to learn, you know?
yeah,
I mean, a
hmm
lot of things actually, but there are definitely things that if we learn through high school, I mean, very bare minimum budget. Like
yeah, uh-huh,
budget, dude.
yeah,
That would have helped so much.
yeah.
So much. And
It
I
really
mean,
would.
and now if you think back to it, or if you like learn yourself, basically you're like, okay, well, it's a simple concept. You just know how much you need to spend to and
Hmm.
save and blah blah blah. But it's like they didn't teach us jack diddly, dude.
Dude, they really didn't.
I mean,
And like we were saying, the only way to learn in life is to learn from yourself, literally.
mm,
Like for the most part, like somebody can tell you something, but you might not listen to it because you just might not. And then later on,
yeah,
you're gonna be like, oh, like I wish I didn't do that.
yeah. Well, you definitely learn from your own mistakes. I mean, that's for sure, for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. I mean, speaking of, I just got paid for a cover art that I did in early 2019. I didn't send him it, but I made the art before I got the money. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
When thinking back to it, any knucklehead with no money can be like, yeah, can I get an art made by this, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
And just never, and then I'm like, all right, it's done. And then just never respond to me.
Yeah. And like,
Knowing now, it's like that's obvious, but back then, I don't know.
yeah, you just, I mean, we do things that like we don't even like pay attention to, and then later we're like, oh,
Yeah.
maybe like I should have paid attention.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it really and when things like that happen, you really learn it. Like that's a true
Hmm.
learning
Yeah.
experience because you're teaching yourself it, not
Hmm.
taking someone else's word for it. Like, okay, that's probably true. I'll try and remember that, blah blah blah. But if it actually happens to you, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm definitely not gonna do that again because
Yeah.
this happened and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. So
I feel like
I
that's
mean,
mainly like a lot of things that happen is just life experiences,
for
like
sure.
in learning lessons, you know?
Dude, for sure. I mean, and maybe classes should just be like, try this and write down your mistakes or something instead of like hypothetically doing all these things. Like, do a business class where you actually make a business, where people want to
Yeah.
make a business. And maybe you can actually make money from that class, doing
Hmm.
your business. And it's
True.
like, and a financial
Yeah.
class and all these things. Even like a driver's ed class would be huge. Like even
Yeah,
if you
for
had to
real.
pay for it or whatever, but it's like I don't know
Like they could have like some kind of like even like a entrepreneur class. Like
for
I don't
sure.
really like, I hate that word. Like
Yeah,
it's just like so overused now, and like
dude. In everybody's
everybody uses that
bios,
word. Yeah,
I
like in their
hate that.
bio.
I hate that.
I kind of like I feel like it started from Gary Vee, like a bit, like he really brought
Probably.
it up,
Yeah.
and like it's just so oversaturated now. Like everybody's trying to do it,
Yeah,
and like
for
with so
sure.
many different things that it's hard. It's so much harder right now to do it than it was like 6 years ago,
Yeah.
because there's so many people in so many different like categories trying to make their own business somehow.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know. And it's like kind of like with podcasts too. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of podcasts. Like I feel like one podcast may start a day, but
Yeah.
5 podcasts, that's like their last episode they ever upload
Yeah.
or something a day.
Exactly.
So it's
Like,
like, yeah, there's more, but there's not more. Just because you have a podcast doesn't mean you're actually dedicated to it. You know what I mean?
100%.
I mean, you have to think long run, because no one's gonna listen to two, 3 knuckleheads
Hmm.
that you have no idea about, like
Yeah.
anything about, and if you don't know if they're just gonna be like, no, just not upload one day and not say anything about it. I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah.
takes it's kind of like building trust. Like it takes a really long time to build to build trust, but you can lose trust super quickly. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's like people need
Yeah.
to realize you have to upload a podcast for ding dong 5 years or however long it takes for you to
Yeah.
get a little bit of traction. Once you do, people, you'll be one of those podcasts. But
Yeah. And it's literally all about consistency. Like, that's definitely what I've learned with
yeah,
my business is like,
yeah,
and I knew this from the start. I knew there was like a million different like Instagram pages doing what I'm doing, but I knew that they're not going to outlast me,
yeah,
like, because
right,
I'm
right.
not going to stop, and they will, because they're going to be like times are going to there's going to be times where it gets slow, and they're going to be like, oh, it's slow now, I can't continue to do
Discouraged.
this, and they're going to get discouraged and stop.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that times are going to get slow. Like, you can't
Yeah,
not,
dude.
that's not going to not happen. Like, for everybody, it's always going to get slow at some point, and you have to just
Dude.
push through it.
I mean, and it only takes. I mean, it depends on what you're doing, but for
Mhm.
my business, at least, for yours too.
Mhm.
I can't speak for yours, but for mine at least,
Mhm.
like it just takes one sale. Like you could have no sales for a week and then get 4 in one day. Like,
Exactly,
and
that's what
if
I'm
you
saying.
stopped before that day, you wouldn't have gotten that 4 sale.
Yeah, dude, I've had it one time where I went like like I was doing pretty good with sales, getting like every day, like maybe one or two a day. And then one time, just for 2 weeks, I didn't get one sale. And I was like, I was actually getting discouraged. This was like a year and a half ago. And
Mm,
I'm not getting anything anymore. Like, is this worth it?
right.
But then I was like, I just have to keep going, because if I don't, what else do I have? Like,
Yeah.
so I have to. And then
Mm,
one morning I woke up and I just heard ding, 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 like on my phone, and it was
mm,
literally just sale after sale. And I was like,
jeez.
it's just so weird how it works like that, but you just can't give up.
Yeah. No, I know, man. I mean, and that's kind of what going back to what we were talking about, like learning from doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If
Hmm.
someone said, like, you know, if things are going slow, you just gotta keep doing it until something happens. It's like those just seem like words in to someone that hasn't experienced it. But talking to someone like you that actually has experienced it, you know
Uh,
exactly what I meant by that because it
yeah.
goes back to when you experienced it.
Hmm.
So it's like a physical learning experience or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really weird how simple it is. Like,
Yeah.
you just keep doing it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
literally the key to success is to keep doing it. That's
Dude,
literally it. I mean, obviously,
consistency. You said
yeah,
it.
there's literally things, you got to do, like big things, but like
Mm.
things you got to do to like update whatever, like to keep
Yeah, evolve your content
evolve.
for sure.
Like, you got to work on other things, but like the main thing that's so easy is to just be consistent. But like,
Dude,
it's so hard, but
sometimes
it's
that's
so
the
simple.
hardest part.
Exactly.
Like I mean, I know there are going to be times when, we're doing this podcast and, maybe 3 years from now and we're
Mhm.
like hasn't, grown to where I thought it would be in 3 years or something.
Yeah.
Is this worth doing? And
Hmm.
but who would know that 1 month later we get discovered by someone or the algorithm finally catches and we get to a
Yeah.
million or something. It's like
Yeah.
you don't know. It's like
Hmm.
almost like stock market graphs where it's like nothing, 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 boom. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Hmm.
it literally, it's like it does that. Like
Yeah.
for most places, you rarely never ever see a business where it's just casually climbing. I mean, but that would be the standard rate of gain. But
Hmm.
it's almost always, actually, I don't know if there is a scenario where it's not exponential. Like
Right.
I don't even know if it can just be, maybe if you're like a business in a town or something. I don't know, but
Right.
I feel like it'll always be exponential, and you just have to wait for that initial, and then it'll go.
Yeah, like the little exactly. It's and like I was saying to you, like no matter what happens with the podcast that we make, like I don't care like how big it gets. I'm just
Yeah.
super excited for us all to just have
Dude,
fun. Like,
seriously, because we all have our things on the side that we're
mhm.
gonna do regardless, so
Yeah.
it's not like we're like depending on this. This is always gonna be something we do for fun. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, dude, just doing the Pearson podcast, what I've noticed is, I mean, I don't know. I need to really think about how it's making me think, but
Hmm.
it's nice to just kind of feel just almost like a kind of therapeutic where you just
Yeah.
sit and talk about random crap that was on your
True.
mind. And it's
Yeah.
like, and and if someone wants to listen to it, that's great. Like if it helps someone, that's amazing, just
True.
something that you just you talking about random jazz, if that helps someone, that's crazy.
I've had times where like I feel like I've had certain like times in my life where I felt like lonely at certain times.
Mm,
And then like I'll put on a podcast and you kind of just feel like you're there, like just chilling,
for
like having a
sure, dude.
conversation. So
For
like
sure,
if we could do that for someone else, like
dude.
make them feel like they're just there with us and like talking with us.
That's the goal right there.
Yeah.
Like legitimately. I mean, I don't know what more you could ask for.
Honestly, like that's just the main thing I'm looking forward to, you know?
Yeah. Like literally, like have people look forward to our show. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Hmm.
oh, it's Friday. I didn't even realize it was Friday. It's out. I can listen to the podcast on the way home from work, or
True.
save it
Yeah.
for I don't know when I'm eating dinner or something. I
Yeah,
don't
dude.
know. Like,
That's what I do with a lot of things. I get my
yeah,
dinner ready
yeah,
and then I put on whatever I'm gonna watch or listen to.
yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody says podcasts are still at the beginning of their life. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
think about all these TikTokers are gonna make some podcasts. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they're like 16 and haven't lived any life. So I guess they still have stuff to talk about, but we're definitely have an upper hand on the life experience.
True. And
Because
like I didn't even realize like looking to TikTok podcasts to like literally like a year ago that I literally started listening to them and I realized I'm
mm,
like, dang, like
yeah,
this is super cool because I have a long drive home into work and I just have something I can listen to and like,
yeah, dude,
you know,
it's a lot. Like music is cool when you're driving or whatever, but sometimes it almost makes the time go by slower
mhm,
because you know how long the song is and you're like following along with it. I don't know. But no, they're both good for different times. But podcasts just like, oh, our podcast. You don't have to switch the song, you don't have to do anything. You just flow with it. And
and
you can,
you'll be learning stuff too.
dude, I mean, that I've learned so much from podcasts. It's insane.
Yeah,
And
me
little
too.
things that they're not portraying to learn, like how maybe you and I interact,
Hmm.
or what goes on in the background or something, you know what I mean? Like little
Yeah.
things people pick up on.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
you find similarities of how people talk or what they do, and
Hmm.
yeah, I think video podcast is the only way to go as well, because you get to see how people, I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't really know why, but it's just like better in every way to have the option to see what's going on,
Right.
because there has been some like podcasts where it's like only audio. I'm like, oh, I wish I knew, or I wish I could see what this room looked like when they were
Hmm.
doing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And like I think when it uploads to Spotify, it's not going to be on video, but they
It
do have
may.
the option.
Yeah, it might, but either way, that's just an easy way to like save data so you don't have to stream the video off of YouTube if you're like driving or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, Apple Podcasts, you can download them or whatever. But
Hmm.
yeah, man, this new podcast is going to be huge. And if anybody's wondering, I'm not stopping the Pearson podcast either.
Oh,
I
oh,
will overthrow your podcast. I'm just
please. We
kidding.
need this.
Every Meat Locker podcast. Welcome to the Meat Locker podcast, hosted by Riley Pearson, host of the Pearson podcast. Just like shout it out every single time.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. No, but
Whoever floats their boat.
no, but dude, this is gonna be seriously. I'm so excited. And this is the beginning of it, dude. This is something that's going to be happening for years and years and years. And this is the
True.
podcast we do before we do the first one. You know,
Yeah,
that's such a trip.
true.
People could be talking about like this could be like who knows, worldwide, like show, and people are like
True.
The Meat Locker boys. You know what I mean?
The Meat Locker boys.
People call us on the street like, "Hey, Meat Locker," like, say that our name.
Look at me.
Your name's Meat Locker,
I
Mr.
mean,
Locker.
Mr. Locker, Mr. Meat, Mr. Meaty. Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Oh my gosh.
I should probably end this here because I gotta go do some adventures myself. But
Yeah, sounds good.
thanks for inviting me tonight. I'm
Well,
glad I
thanks
came
for
on.
joining. Thanks for joining me.
And make sure you guys listen to the Meat Locker. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna try and get an episode out by this Friday.
Yes, it should be this Friday. Let's see, what is going to be the date? That is going to be the 16th. Or actually, the
Okay, I was gonna
23rd.
say wait.
The 23rd.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna upload about 1 p.m. Pacific time.
On Fridays.
So that way we can make sure that everybody can listen to it. The idea is to like hopefully have it all like, I mean, I guess around the world, but like
Yeah.
if
But
we
you can
think about
only
like,
do it like so accommodating to
yeah,
different time zones, because it's like
yeah,
we're uploading at 1 here, it's like 1 a.m. in China or something.
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. So like, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I mean, you can just listen to whenever you want.
Yeah, but as you were saying, the idea of it is to like, Friday, you listen to it after you get off of work or whatever, on your drive home, or obviously
Mhm.
whenever the heck you want to listen
Yeah,
to it.
you
But
don't have to listen to it like right
yeah,
there. I mean,
actually, you do, and
yeah,
then we delete it at 9 o'clock.
you get a couple hours to listen to it, and that's it,
Yeah. Dude, that'd actually be an interesting concept.
dude.
I
That
mean,
would
it would
be.
be a channel with zero videos.
You wouldn't even give
But
yourself a chance to grow because
yeah.
nobody would know anything happens.
They keep setting it to watch later, and it says deleted, and I don't know. I don't know.
True,
All right, well, I'll let you go, bro. Thanks for joining me.
for sure. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.